What if one single life was secretly holding an entire universe together, and the moment that person died, reality itself began to rot? That shocking idea changes everything we thought we knew about the Marvel Multiverse. This is not a theory from ancient comics alone, but a rule confirmed on screen, shaking Marvel forever. In Deadpool and Wolverine, the Time Variance Authority finally reveals a terrifying truth through Agent Mr. Paradox. Some individuals are so important that their existence stabilizes an entire timeline. These people are called anchor beings. They are not symbolic heroes. They are structural pillars holding reality in place. An anchor being is not about power levels, magic, or intelligence alone. Their importance is woven into the timeline itself. When they live, the universe functions normally. When they die, the timeline does not explode instantly. Instead, it begins to slowly decay, weakening over thousands of years. Mr. Paradox describes this decay as a withering, buildings stand, planets spin, and people live their lives unaware that their universe is already dying. Time frays quietly. Events lose meaning. Eventually, the reality collapses completely, erased from the multiverse as if it never mattered at all. Deadpool and Wolverine confirms that Earth 10005, the Fox X-Men universe, already suffered this fate. The anchor being of that reality was Logan, the Wolverine portrayed by Hugh Jackman. His death in the 2017 film Logan was not just emotional, it was cosmically catastrophic. In Logan, we see Wolverine die while protecting Laura, also known as X-23. At the time, it felt like a grounded, tragic ending. Deadpool and Wolverine recontextualizes that scene entirely. Logan's death in 2029 triggered the slow collapse of Earth 10005 itself. This explains why the Fox X-Men timeline always felt broken, inconsistent, and unstable. Characters aged strangely. Timelines contradicted each other. The universe was already withering. The anchor being was gone, and reality was losing its foundation long before anyone noticed the symptoms. The TVA normally monitors dying timelines patiently, allowing natural decay to finish over thousands of years. But Mr. Paradox was impatient. He did not want to babysit a doomed reality for millennia. So he broke TVA law and created an illegal device called the Time Ripper. The Time Ripper was designed to accelerate the withering process and destroy Earth 10005 instantly. No slow decay, no chance of recovery, just complete erasure. This makes Mr. Paradox one of the most dangerous TVA agents ever, willing to rewrite multiversal law for convenience. Deadpool's motivation becomes deeply personal here. Saving his universe is not about jokes or chaos. It is about survival. Deadpool learns that without an anchor being, his entire world is already dying, and the Time Ripper will erase it completely if activated. In desperation, Deadpool believes replacing the anchor being might save the timeline. His plan is wild but logical. If Logan was the anchor, then another Wolverine variant could potentially take his place. This sends Deadpool across the multiverse searching for a suitable replacement. This idea is radical because it challenges the TVA's core belief. Anchor beings were thought to be irreplaceable. Their death was considered a death sentence for the timeline. Deadpool refuses to accept that rule, proving once again that chaos can rewrite destiny. The Wolverine he finds is not a perfect hero. He is damaged, angry, and labeled the worst Wolverine. Yet this version becomes crucial. What matters is not moral perfection, but the willingness to fight for the timeline and restore balance through decisive action. The climax of Deadpool and Wolverine proves something revolutionary. By destroying the Time Ripper and defeating Cassandra Nova, Deadpool and this Wolverine variant prevent immediate annihilation. TVA Hunter B-15 later confirms something impossible. Earth 10005 is regenerating. The timeline is healing. This moment confirms that anchor beings can be succeeded. A timeline is not doomed forever if heroic action restores stability. The multiverse is more flexible than the TVA believed. Reality responds to sacrifice, choice, and defiance, not just predetermined cosmic rules. This revelation turns anchor beings into a powerful meta-commentary. Marvel is clearly talking about film franchises themselves. When a central character or actor leaves, a cinematic universe often collapses creatively. Hugh Jackman's Wolverine was literally holding the Fox X-Men universe together. When he left, the franchise withered. Deadpool and Wolverine makes this idea text instead of subtext. Anchor beings represent narrative gravity. They are characters audiences emotionally orbit. Without them, the story universe loses direction, cohesion, and ultimately relevance. This naturally leads to the biggest question in the MCU. Who is the anchor being of Earth 616, the sacred timeline? Marvel has dropped several clues. Kevin Feige once referred to Doctor Strange as the anchor of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that statement now feels loaded. Doctor Strange constantly interacts with time, probability, and multiversal stability. In Avengers Infinity War, he views over 14 million futures, choosing the one path that preserves reality. In Multiverse of Madness, his variants repeatedly cause incursions, proving his cosmic importance. Another strong candidate is Tony Stark. Iron Man launched the MCU and shaped its moral center. His sacrifice in Avengers Endgame saved all realities from Thanos. After his death, the MCU entered a fractured era filled with loss, instability, and unresolved consequences. If Tony Stark was the anchor being, his death may have triggered a slow withering of Earth 616. Not destruction, but narrative decay. Fragmented storytelling, broken timelines, and growing multiversal chaos could be symptoms of a universe struggling without its foundation. Spider-Man is also a compelling possibility. Tom Holland's Peter Parker is deeply connected to the multiverse through No Way Home. That film shows reality collapsing when his identity destabilizes. Doctor Strange even risks reality itself to fix Peter's life, hinting at deeper importance. Unlike Nexus beings from Marvel Comics, anchor beings do not manipulate probability or generate multiversal branches. Nexus beings like Scarlet Witch alter reality itself, as seen in WandaVision and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Anchor beings instead maintain structural stability. Think of Nexus beings as reality editors and anchor beings as load-bearing pillars. One changes the story, the other prevents the story from collapsing entirely. Both are rare, but their roles are fundamentally different within Marvel's cosmic hierarchy. Comics have long hinted at similar ideas. In Fantastic Four stories, Reed Richards is often portrayed as essential to his universe's survival. In some timelines, his death leads to catastrophic collapse. Deadpool and Wolverine simply formalizes this concept into a clear multiversal law. The Tiva's fear of anchor being death explains their obsession with pruning timelines. It also reframes Loki's sacrifice at the end of Loki Season 2. By holding together branching timelines, Loki may have become a multiversal anchor beyond a single reality. If anchor beings can be replaced, the future of the MCU becomes unpredictable. New heroes may rise not just as protagonists, but as stabilizers of reality itself. Characters like Reed Richards, Doctor Strange, or even Kang variants could inherit this cosmic responsibility. This also makes villains more dangerous. Killing an anchor being is no longer just murder. It is universe-ending terrorism. Anyone who understands this rule can destroy realities quietly, letting them wither while appearing untouched on the surface. Deadpool and Wolverine does something bold. It turns emotional storytelling into cosmic mechanics. Love, sacrifice, and legacy are no longer metaphors. They are literal forces holding reality together. The multiverse survives not on power, but on meaning. Anchor beings remind us that stories matter, characters matter. When audiences let go, worlds die. Marvel is warning us that the multiverse is fragile, not because of gods or monsters, but because of loss and abandonment. As Avengers Doomsday approaches, anchor beings may become the ultimate target. Saving the multiverse may no longer mean stopping invasions, but protecting the individuals who quietly hold reality together, unaware that their existence is the difference between survival and erasure. If you want more deep Marvel theories, hidden connections, and multiverse secrets explained simply, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with a fellow Marvel fan. The multiverse is collapsing, and this story is only just beginning.